What happens when two fighters put their pride and their wallets on the line in front of millions? What started as a routine press conference in Miami just turned into one of the most expensive handshakes in combat sports history. The stakes: $2 million. The fighters: two of boxing's most polarizing figures. But before we dive into what just went down at this explosive press conference, we need to understand how we got here and why November 14th might just change the landscape of boxing forever.
Man, I love this stuff. I love a good challenge. This is for me and my team. I'm not proving everyone else wrong. I'm proving myself right at the end.
Jake Paul. The name alone divides boxing purists and casual fans alike. Love him or hate him, the YouTuber-turned-fighter has carved out an unprecedented path in professional boxing. With victories over former UFC champions like Anderson Silva and Ben Askren, Paul has consistently silenced critics who claimed he was nothing more than a social media personality playing boxer.
Team, we'll see what he about. How long you been boxing? 5 years? We'll see what he about come
5 years. That's how long Jake Paul has been boxing. To put that in perspective, most professional fighters have been training since childhood. Tank Davis? He's been perfecting his craft for over 2 decades. But here's where things get interesting. The embarrassment of the world. Those aren't just fighting words, that's a declaration of war. Paul knows what's at stake here. This isn't a retired MMA fighter or an aging legend. This is Gervonta Davis, one of boxing's legitimate pound-for-pound best, carrying a perfect professional record with devastating knockout power that has left a trail of unconscious opponents in his wake.
It's no pressure on me. The only pressure on me is when I put pressure on myself.
Cool, calm, collected. That's vintage Tank Davis. While Paul talks about embarrassment and career-ending losses, Davis maintains his poker face. But don't let that fool you, this man is a calculated killer in the ring. The Baltimore native has held multiple world championships across different weight classes and is widely regarded as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today.
Yeah, you're boring as fuck, man. my whole family was texting me. I just want to apologize to the audience for this guy.
I'm not
always
a
the one that
talker.
has to sell the fights.
The frustration was building. Paul, the master showman, couldn't crack Tank's stoic exterior, but then something unexpected happened.
So at the end of the day, I gave this little guy an opportunity. He should be thanking me. I'm paying him. I'm his boss. He reports to me.
I'm his boss. Those 3 words lit a fire that had been simmering all afternoon. The room erupted. Tank's team stirred. The media gasped. And that's when a simple press conference transformed into something much bigger.
He's supposed to feel like that. He's the bigger guy. He say he paying me and stuff like that, so I let him take the high road.
The size difference between these two fighters is immediately apparent. Paul towers over Davis, bringing significant height and reach advantages to the table. It's a physical mismatch that has boxing traditionalists crying foul. But Tank, he seems unbothered, almost amused.
But I want to side bet you. I got Jake winning.
We already side betted, though.
We already did. What was the bet?
200.
What started as typical pre-fight banter suddenly escalated into something nobody saw coming. A member of the audience, a high roller from Miami, wanted in on the action. The initial bet? $250,000. But Jake Paul had other ideas. $2 million, not $200,000, not $1 million, $2 million. The room went silent for a split second before exploding into chaos.
Yeah.
Shake on it?
Jake, $1 million?
2 mil?
2 mil?
2 mil. Let's do
2
it.
mil. Right here, 2. 2 mil. Go
Jake,
ahead.
Jake.
Easy work,
Get
bro.
a shake.
2 mil?
Get a shake.
Oh, they're shaking. They're shaking, Lefty.
2 mil.
There we go.
In front of cameras, media, and fans, Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis just shook hands on a $2 million side bet. This isn't sanctioned by any commission. This isn't part of their official purses. This is pure, unfiltered pride manifested in cold, hard cash.
Oh, baby, I'm knocking him out. Aiden, I got us, bro.
You got us?
The energy in the room had completely shifted. Suddenly, everyone wanted a piece of the action.
Appreciate it. I like it.
No, let's go. No, you bet, motherfucker. How much you want?
50,000 here, 250,000 there. The press conference had turned into an impromptu high-stakes gambling den. But the surprises weren't over yet. Calvin Ford, Tank's legendary trainer, who guided him from the streets of Baltimore to world championship glory, had a problem with the fight terms.
This is a very serious fight,
and I'm a very serious person. My question to you is, where did 12-ounce gloves come from?
12-ounce gloves. For those unfamiliar, that's heavyweight padding unusual for fighters at this weight class. Ford smelled something fishy, and he wasn't having it.
I'll do 8. Fuck, I'll do 4. I'll do 2 ounces. I'll do bare knuckle.
The negotiation was happening in real time, right in front of everyone. Paul claimed he had no idea his team requested the larger gloves. True or not, what happened next could change everything.
Let's do it. That's great. That's going to make it more exciting for the fans. Thank God. I wanted 10s really badly.
From 12 ounces to 10, that's a 20% reduction in padding. In a sport where a single punch can end everything, those 2 ounces could be the difference between a knockout and a decision. Both fighters just agreed to make this fight significantly more dangerous. But this card isn't just about the main event. The co-main features a historic moment for women's boxing.
You gave up one of your belts. You gave up the WBC belt because they're one of the sanctioning bodies that really don't support women fighting 12 3-minute rounds.
Alicia Baumgardner, the undisputed champion, literally gave up a world title belt in protest. She's fighting for equality, for respect, and for the future of women's boxing. Her opponent, Alicia Baumgardner, had her own message.
Come and fight.
I like it. Alicia, same thing. For those who may still be doubters, they say, no, women shouldn't be fighting 12 3-minute rounds. What's your message to those guys?
Listen, one thing about it, you're going to have some doubters in life, and that just is what it is. But one thing about it, I'm going to show up, I'm going to do what I do, and always show out, because there's no limitations on me, okay?
Short, sweet, and to the point, these women aren't here to play. They're fighting 12 3-minute rounds, the same as men's championship fights on one of the biggest platforms in boxing history.
The characteristics that it takes, and she's the future of women's boxing, and MVP and Nikisa, myself and I have always believed in people like her, Amanda Serrano, and the women's side of things that arguably 9 times out of 10 have more entertaining fights than some of the men these days. And so
Even Jake Paul, the supposed outsider, understands what's happening here. This entire Netflix card represents a seismic shift in boxing. But Tank had his own thoughts on the matter.
Here, especially for someone like Layla and, of course, Alicia, the undisputed champ.
I think that's great. You know, I think the female fighter should definitely get the same treatment as,
For once, both fighters agreed on something, but the mutual respect ended there. When asked directly what he thought would happen in the fight, Tank's response was classic.
You gotta wait and see.
yeah,
The psychological warfare was in full effect. Tank refused to give Paul the soundbites he craved. Paul, the content creator, needs material. Tank, the pure fighter, gives him nothing. It's a masterclass in mental combat.
I've seen it in my visions. I've seen it in my manifestation. I'm sleeping this guy and going to create the most viral knockout ever.
The most viral knockout ever. That's a bold claim from someone who's never faced a fighter of Tank's caliber. But Paul's confidence isn't just bravado.
Why are you so confident in this fight?
It's preparation. It's knowing what I'm capable of. It's my team. Third, Jay Leon, Larry Wade.
He's got a legitimate team behind him, former world champions training him, millions of dollars invested in his camp. This isn't the Jake Paul who fought KSI in a YouTube boxing match. This is version 3, bigger, stronger, and infinitely more dangerous.
And someone's getting put to sleep.
This is really scripted. Like, you really going off of something, huh? You see how you just threw that out there, Floyd, so I could just, y'all might not catch it, but right. Okay.
Tank couldn't resist. The implication was clear. Is this all just entertainment? Is Jake Paul's boxing career just an elaborate performance? Paul's response was swift and cutting. Hall of Fame. Jake Paul just claimed his spot among boxing's immortals before even facing a current world champion. The audacity is breathtaking. But here's the thing, he might not be entirely wrong. His fights consistently outdraw traditional boxing matches. His previous bout with Mike Tyson broke streaming records.
For taking this fight, look at what, Floyd Mayweather did. He fought Conor McGregor, who was like the same weight. This is the most risky fight that Gervonta could take in the boxing. He actually has the balls and he's putting...
The comparison to Mayweather-McGregor is fascinating. Paul's right McGregor was roughly the same size as Floyd. Tank is giving up massive physical advantages here. Why would he take this fight?
I come from the hood. Not doing that. I'll give some, but I ain't doing 2 million.
$2 million is life-changing money, even for successful fighters. Tank joked about donating it, then quickly backtracked.
But I ain't doing 2 million. I ain't that damn rich.
The honesty was refreshing. Both fighters come from different worlds. Paul from suburban Ohio, Tank from inner-city Baltimore, but they're both here for the same thing: money, glory, and the right to call themselves the biggest star in boxing.
I'll give you half.
There you go, my boy.
You guys
need
get
it for
half.
a new set of eyes.
My team will get
For
half
sure.
of.
Even the trainers are getting in on the action. If Jake wins, his team splits $1 million. If Tank wins, well, Jake might need to start another YouTube channel to recoup his losses.
Based on the height and the size, Jake Paul should win this. He should. But on the skill level, on the boxing IQ, I feel like Tank should have it. But if I go, it's hard to say, but if I go with only the size, he should win.
The size versus skill debate. It's as old as boxing itself. Can technique overcome physical advantages? Can experience trump youth and size? We're about to find out, and it's going to cost someone $2 million to learn the answer.
Who is the biggest star in boxing? Tank Davis. And joining the key.
The final face-off said more than any words could. Two men, two different paths, one ring. Tank Davis, the embodiment of boxing tradition, amateur pedigree, professional excellence, pound-for-pound greatness. Jake Paul, the disruptor, social media mogul, self-made boxer, the man traditionalists love to hate.
Biggest fighters in America go head-to-head with an amazing card. World championship fights back to back to back, and that's just how the MVP way we do it. And I'm gonna come for a knockout of the year again. I've seen it in my visions, I've seen it in my manifestation.
Knockout of the year. That's the promise. But here's what makes this fascinating: both men have the power to end this fight with one punch. Tank's left hook is legendary. Jake's right hand has dropped everyone he's faced. With 10-ounce gloves instead of 12, someone's going to sleep.
Facts?
Correct.
Yes? Correct?
Correct. I'm your daddy.
40. What 40 at? You heard what he said? He paid me.
The casual confidence from Tank is chilling. While Jake screams about being the boss, Tank smiles like he knows a secret everyone else is about to learn. November 14th can't come soon enough.
Make sure you get your tickets. Jake versus Tank. Go on sale tomorrow, Wednesday, September 20th.
Miami's Kaseya Center, November 14th. Netflix. Hundreds of millions watching worldwide. $2 million on the line. Pride, reputation, and the future of boxing hanging in the balance. This isn't just a fight anymore, it's a referendum on what boxing is and what it's becoming. Will Jake Paul's disruption continue, or will Tank Davis restore order to the boxing universe? Someone's leaving Miami $2 million richer, and with bragging rights that money can't buy. Someone else is leaving as, in Jake's words, the embarrassment of the world. The countdown is on, the bets are placed, and the gloves are getting smaller. This is no longer just entertainment, this is war, and everyone's invited to watch. Are the top. Either way, clear your calendar. This one has consequences.